Hey there, gorgeous. My name is Melissa, and I am also known as the Taropist, and I am going to be your tarot card reader. Guys, we are going to do a full size love reading today where we will check out the energy that you bring to the connection that you have on your mind as well. We will check out the energy that the person that you have on your mind brings. And then again, we will look into a potential outcome. Guys, for those of you who are not interested in the introduction and getting to know a little bit more about me, the structure of the reading and the channel, I did want to let you know that there will be a timestamp in the pinned comment below for those of you who just want to click right into the love reading. Okay. For those of you who are interested in knowing more about myself and the channel, again, I am the Taropist, and anything you would ever need to know about me or the channel, you can find either in the description box below, the channel description, the community tab, or you can always check out my website, which is www.thetaropist.com. I do have the Zoom and FaceTime readings closed for the summer months, guys, but I am still open and available for pre-recorded and email readings, and those are listed in the description box below, as well as the Cash App and PayPal to make the payments, and the email to send the questions to. Um, Now, this reading is not possibly going to resonate for everyone. However, if you would like me to be more likely to pick up on your specific energy in this and future readings, and you're not interested in a personal reading, which of course is the most powerful way for me to pick up on your personal energy, engaging in the channel, engaging with the channel is kind of what I meant to say there. But yes, engaging with the channel in some way is going to help you to transfer your energy here into the collective readings and into my channel in general. So, some ways that you can engage and transfer your energy here are by liking the videos or the community tab posts. You can also comment on the videos in the community tab posts. And of course, you can always share any of my content. My personal favorite, and I think the most powerful way for you to get your energy nice and ingrained into the reading or the channel here is by clicking the little subscribe button below. And if you are interested in subscribing to my channel and you would like to be notified when I do upload or go live in the future, don't forget to hit that little bell notification icon to all. Guys, let's dive right in. We are going to start out with these dream guidance, love messages, oracles, and see what kind of connection we are working with here. uh, put your sun sign, actually, put whatever sign you'd like to hear more about in the comment section below if you would like me to do a reading for that particular sign. I am going to be doing sporadic sign readings. What is going on? So, if you would like me to do your sign or your Venus sign, if it's love that you're interested in, go ahead and drop your sign or your Venus sign or your Mercury or your any of your top big signs, whatever sign you would like me to do a specific reading for. It will be a love reading. Let's get into this love reading though. So we do have I love you. Seems simple enough. I love you. I reread our texts and it hurts. And I am not available. That comes through a lot. And so, of course, I always get the energy of somebody who is with somebody they're committed to but in love with you. Okay? I feel you even when we are separated. And for various reasons this can occur. Often not for the right reasons, unfortunately. And people do think that being an integral person means being miserable for the rest of your life to stay committed to something that we committed to when it was right for us, or even if it wasn't ever right for us, but something that, we've made a vow. And while I think that love should always be willing to work through difficult times, I am getting the energy that this isn't love, so that this was something that was entered into because of um, whatever convenience, or it's like more like a situationship that turned relationship, but the love was still never there, or something like that. You guys, is it still blurry? Why is this happening? It's light out. It should not be blurry. Okay, I think we got focus, folks. Um, hmm. We're gonna get more. Yeah, people are like just so focused on being good people. By the way, I think you are a good person. I think, or they are a good person. And I don't know who's the person that's in the relationship. We're going to find out more. It does, well, we're going to find out which is which. Okay. And you can always reverse the roles. I don't know if I even mentioned the structure of the reading, but we're going to start out in the first column is going to be the energy you bring to the connection that you have on your mind. And then the second column will be the energy that the person you have on your mind brings. But if the energies feel mismatched or like in the wrong position, you can definitely reverse those roles and put yourself in the second column and them in the first column. And then we will have a third column that is going to be our potential outcome. And of course, this is energy that I'm picking up on. So this is an opportunity that's available, but you would have to take action. Any decisions that we make in our third dimensional reality are ultimately going to shape our physical reality. Okay, guys? Let's see what we can get in your energy here, though. And we're going to take them like this. Okay, so your energy is the Judgment card. The Eight of Cups is in their energy. Okay. And the Nine of Swords. Oh, baby. Okay, so the Judgment card is about, I mean, you can look at the imagery and it really looks like being called back from the dead, right? A resurrection or something that you thought was dead, done and over with, coming back around. That's your energy. Okay. So this could be somebody from your past. Of course, that always can bring that up because it does feel like something that we thought was long gone coming back to be revisited or coming back to life, or a wake up call is another thing that can signify. So the Eight of Cups, of course, is a time or a card of release. It's about walking away from things that are no longer serving our greatest good. So this is the person that you have on your mind's energy seems to be kind of walking away from I'm getting a less fulfilling time in their life to really pursue a more fulfilling time, things that actually do feed their soul rather than the surface level things they've chased in the past, is the energy that I'm getting here. The Nine of Swords is in the potential outcome. And the Nine of Swords is a need to surrender the outcome, which it happened to land in the outcome, to the divine. It's like two people maybe worrying about how things are going to end up here. And it's like, first of all, I want to say it's going to end up the way it's meant to. Okay. And yes, we do have free will and we will need to make decisions. But basically, it looks like to me two people who are coming to the conclusion that the only person who has any control over the way they feel about their life is them. If there's something that you do not like about your life, change it. And I feel like both of you are going through that at this time. You have the Judgment card, the Two of Pentacles. Okay, I'm getting a wake-up call now from the divine. As you can see, that is like an angel kind of waking you up. So this can be an awakening. By the way, the card can be called the Awakening card as well as the Judgment card. So it's kind of like a revelation, or you finally realizing something. I'm getting like staying busy or kind of trying to stay distracted is the energy I'm getting with the Two of Pentacles. Six of Swords. I'm getting like also emotionally detached. And this could be something. Let me just get one last card here on your energy. Two last cards. The Queen of Pentacles and the Hermit card. It's like, yeah, this awakening is calling you to kind of do this soul searching or walk away from same thing. Okay, the energy is very similar. Like all of these cards almost are just giving the same energy as this one card in your person's energy. And it's about you doing some soul searching and really finding out what it is that means the most to you in this lifetime, what is really valuable to you. And I'm not talking about material possessions. However, of course, the comfort of having not to worry about those are also, I feel like, something that you've realized is more meaningful to you than you used to think. I don't know what that means. Okay, you'll know what I'm talking about. Whoever this message is for, but the wake up call here is about stop. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you've been focusing on collecting material wealth. Okay. So working hard. I always try. I don't know. I don't try. I channel the information. And when I do, it sometimes comes out in these extremely poetic, overly informed sentences. Okay. I don't know. Informative, overly informative is what I meant. And there it is again. I can't get away from it, but it's not my fault. And no, I don't think I talk like this in real life, by the way. I think it only happens when I'm channeling, and sometimes I do channel in real life. And this is how you can tell when I'm channeling is I start trying to do these big old sentences. I don't even know what I'm saying. But let's talk about the fact that I'm watching you kind of go through whatever it is you need to feel with this Six of Swords. It's about a time similar to this where you've chosen to go through instead of just continue to distract yourself with work is kind of the energy that I was getting, or anything that would keep you busy and preoccupied. You're kind of letting down or letting go of your distractions in order to actually feel whatever it was you were distracting yourself from. Okay, doing some soul searching, some healing, and then again, finding out what really matters to you. Sometimes this isn't even a healing, right? This is just, listen, I was distracting myself because I didn't know what I wanted out of my life, but I knew whatever I was doing wasn't it. But I didn't know what I wanted, so I was just trying to distract myself from the fact that I felt totally unfulfilled in this lifetime. Okay, what a more fulfilling time is here for you. What is going to feel like you're finally home? In your person's energy is the Eight of Cups. Again, card of walking away from anything that isn't serving us. The Nine of Wands is about maybe like a lot of times it can mean one more push, but another thing that this is about that I feel like they have tried many different things to I'm getting similar thing where they're trying to figure out what it is that truly is meaningful to them in this lifetime, or really they truly value. So in doing so, they have, stumbled upon many things that they found were not what they were looking for, I want to say. Okay. So I feel like they've been on a very long journey of figuring out what isn't for them so that they can certainly find out what is. Again, with the Eight of Cups, I feel like they're finally walking away from the things that were just distracting them as well. You guys have very similar energies. The cards aren't exactly the same, but if you know the tarot, you can feel the energy on these two are very similar. And then we do have the Three of Pentacles in your person's energy, which is giving me the energy of them trying to kind of align their body, mind, and soul here. And of course, doing the work that it takes to stop running from or distracting themselves with things that aren't for them so they can really focus on what it is they truly want out of this lifetime. Things that are actually reciprocating the energy that they're giving out. So this gives me the energy of somebody who has maybe poured a lot more into others than they were ever given. It does feel a little people pleasy, by the way, but that isn't abnormal. We've been conditioned here in the USA, and I'm sure other places as well, to put other people's wants, needs, and desires before ours from the age, I want to say, of 5. But honestly, most children are experiencing that type of manipulation in their family dynamics as well, where mommy and daddy's feelings come before babies for whatever reason. And that is absolutely very backwards and a way that we've kind of um, mis uh, misused. I want to say this is weird, a weird energy, but misused the innocence of a child and the the way they look up to us, the way they trust everything that we do and say, right? So if mommy and daddy make the child believe that um mommy and daddy's feelings come first, whatever that may be. Selfishly, I'm saying, by the way. And of course, mommy should always put herself first, and daddy should always put himself first in a healthy way so that they have more to provide the children with. But this feels more like somebody who has had to deal with a childhood full of parents. The person that is on your mind, and you could have this same thing going on as well. The energies again are quite similar. So you guys have experienced very similar things and are coming into a very spiritual connection because of it, and because of you both choosing to do what's best for you. Again, the work, it's hard. It's not easy to become aligned or to choose what's for your betterment of your life. It usually entails you kind of isolating from the rest of the world. And then again, because of whatever this work that you guys are doing on yourself, you're going to come into this connection where it's more reciprocated, okay? Or it's like a perfect collaboration of the body, mind, and soul. Interesting. The Nine of Swords, Three of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is your overarching energy, and I never even talked about that. And now it's the ultimate ending of your relationship as well here. And it's like a time or a period. It feels like the two of you are very worried about the outcome, or feeling like you're afraid that the sacrifices you're making in your life right now are not going to have the payouts that you desire. The truth is, it might not always look exactly the way that you want it to, right? And there are things that I know this is hard to do and easy to say, but when we're working on ourselves and we're doing it, sometimes what does inspire us to do the work on ourselves is the outcome, right? The goal, the end goal, what we can achieve if we do the work on ourselves. But in the journey, on the journey of working on ourselves, is where we achieve most of the prized possessions that I'm getting. And so there's a need to surrender, because there's a lot of fear about the outcome here that I think could ultimately push the outcome away, or cause us to leave one another out in the cold, or even abandon ourselves once again, in trying to either please others, or at least run from the fear of intimacy or being vulnerable with another. Okay. Again, the Ten of Pentacles is in the overarching energy here. And then the Two of Swords under that, which is about a fear of the potential obstacles. And I can't get over that feeling, is that right now, um, just continuing to do the work on yourselves and not fearing the outcome here, or not fearing the potential obstacles, or it's like, so I feel like because you're afraid that it's not going to go in the right direction, you're not going to go for this connection or something like that. You're going to try to avoid rejection, or even just avoid the feeling of feeling vulnerable with somebody. Um, it's like trying to master the mind in this scenario. Of course, me and my daughter were just talking about that, because we always talk about how, like, manifestation will tell you to set it and forget it. However, and I just want to bring this up because I do feel like your fears of this outcome turning out in a way that you are afraid it would, like, you don't want it to turn out this way, right? Where you are abandoned, or you're alone, or you're once again, you've thought you found the one and it's not, or something like that. But so in the manifestation of literature, people will tell you to set it and forget it, stop thinking about it, like put your intentions out into the universe and then stop thinking about it. However, I want to say that in my fears, they manifest vividly and in my third dimensional reality, when I am completely focused on those fears constantly. I don't set and forget my fears. I hold on to them until they actually show up in my reality. Okay. So I don't know what this is. Please stop this fear, because it will show up in your third dimensional reality. So it's saying, try to consciously sit and focus on the way it would look if this connection did work out. I do feel like you both have each other on each other's minds, and you can't really do anything about the thoughts that this person is having. But I do want to say, if you're connected on a soul level, and it does feel like you are, the thoughts in your mind are going to inspire the thoughts in theirs without talking about them in the physical dimension. Okay. So they will actually be able to hear and feel. So if you want to take 5 minutes or 5 hours on a day off to literally sit in meditation out in nature, listening to the water run, a babbling brook is coming through, or a river, or next to a lake or an ocean, and hearing the waves crashing, and making sure that there's no distractions around you. So, like a very secluded area, if you can. And then picture the way that you dream of this connection turning out, not spending so much time fearing that it's going to turn out the way you're afraid it is, which is abandoned, neglected, not together. And really start thinking about and trying to, it's almost like the more you can meditate on the desired outcome here, the more that will become your unconscious or subconscious thought about the relationship. So right now your fears are there, and kind of running the show in your subconscious mind, but the more you can consciously think about the outcome being the outcome that you desire, the more your subconscious mind will pick up on that thought as well. I hope that makes sense for you, because that is actually when we really start to manifest, is when we can turn our conscious thoughts into subconscious thoughts that we desire. Unfortunately, most of our subconscious thoughts are things that we fear. Okay. So we need to really take control of these fears here and stop thinking of those, and really try to consciously turn them into what we would desire the outcome to be. Okay. I hope that makes sense for you. If you guys have made it this far, go ahead and hit that like button. I love you so much, and I will see you very soon.